Hello everyone. Really quickly, I just want to cover up my absence for the past 2 years, I think, or year and a half, or whatever it is now, and the future of this channel. So the reason why I've been gone for so long is a lot has been dumped on my plate with at-home stuff and work and everything else. There are a lot of people coming in and out of the house, and it's kind of hard to fit writing a script and recording videos and then editing those videos all into this new schedule. It kind of sucks. I don't have time to make videos that I'm passionate about anymore, and it really bothers me. I've decided to compromise and make side videos for the main stuff. This will be a lot more freestyle, a lot more opinionated and less researched, mainly because it's just quicker that way. I can talk my mind or something I'm passionate about, and I get to put out a video. It'll be a lot easier for me. It'll be quicker, and you'll get videos finally after a year. Hopefully, if this does well, it'll stick around, and maybe it might even become the main channel. But we'll see for now. We'll wait and we'll see. The topic I want to talk about today is the new Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 1. Oh my god, this game is incredible. I love every aspect of this game. By the way, it's officially become my favorite game of all time. This is not a joke. My previous favorite game of all time was Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. It was made by From Software. It was, it is one of the hardest games of all time, to some degree. But yeah, now it's Mortal Kombat 1. That is how good this game is. I feel like I did a bad job explaining how high the bar was for favorite game of all time. Sekiro was untouchable. It was the first game I 100%ed, like actually deliberately tried to 100%. It was the first game that I really just kind of sat down and researched a whole lot just to like find optimal paths or how to beat bosses efficiently and this, that, the next thing. I pretty much spent 2 months obsessing over Sekiro. That's how good that game was. Like, I really didn't think anything would come close to how much I loved Sekiro, but Mortal Kombat 1 surprised me. I never really played any games in the fighting genre. I believe my first fighting game was Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which I didn't really get into. I mean, like, I enjoyed it. I played lots of it, but I never studied the game or anything like that. I then got into Injustice: Gods Among Us. Once again, my first real fighting game, but I just couldn't get around it. I didn't understand the whole like combo thing and directional inputs and all this, and it really scared me away from the game. I think I was like 13 at the time, so it just never stuck with me, and I just put the game down. I think I returned it because EB Games has like a 2-week money-back policy. After that, I got into For Honor, which is a fighting game. I mean, it has a lot of staples of the fighting game genre, so I consider it a fighting game. That was the first one that I really took seriously. I sat down and I studied, how to play characters and how to get good at the game, combos and stuff like that. And that was really the first game that I took seriously, and I had a blast with it. I think that was the starting point for me becoming a player of, not a fan yet, but a player of fighting games. Then we go back to real fighting games with Mortal Kombat 11. I had never played another Mortal Kombat game before this. I believe my friend convinced me to buy it because I think he just bought it on sale out of you know what I mean. So I was like, screw it, it's like $8, why not? And then I bought Mortal Kombat 11 and I studied Scorpion. I played Scorpion, And I really had a lot of fun with it. I don't think I would have called it my favorite game of all time. I think it was fine. It was definitely a lot of fun, and I had a good time with it. But before Mortal Kombat 1, this was the last fighting game I played. It was Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is one of the hardest fighting games to get into, mainly because combo list and the move list is like an encyclopedia level of moves. You can do so much with that game. It is an insane level of creativity, and it is so hard to learn. I did not like that game because it was insane what I had to do to pull off simple combos. Like the first character I played, which thankfully I picked, was Martial Law. He was relatively easy, I think, in comparison to a lot of other characters. But I tried to pick up another character, and I quit the game after that, pretty much. I was like, I do not want to play this game anymore. I deleted it, and I pretty much haven't downloaded it ever since. I did have a lot of fun with friends. There we are. And then, Mortal Kombat 1. When it was announced, I wasn't too hyped for it. I don't remember going insane when the first trailer dropped or anything like that. But when I believe the server tests were just being handed out to random people, there was a lot of footage of like Johnny Cage and Smoke and Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And watching these gameplay clips got me super excited for the game. There were so many things that really impressed me about this game. The moves looked incredible. The sort of presentation that it gives you, the flexibility. Now there's air combat, you know? It was insane. It was really cool, and then that's what got me super excited in the game. Just watching people hit like 30% or 40% combos with these really cool looking characters doing these really like not choreographed, but animated moves. It was really impressive, and that's what hooked me in to Mortal Kombat 1. This was the first fighting game that I was like really excited for. And it got even more hype. People who bought the premium edition got like 5 days early access. And oh my god, story clips were being like posted online, and it looked so fun and so unique and so funny. It took a direction that I never expected for Mortal Kombat to go in, and that was a lot more lighthearted. It didn't take itself, I mean, it took itself seriously, but there were moments of comic relief. This game is really lovely in comparison to other games. I mean, the story is really quite nice. It's so wholesome, some of it. It's really great. I love the story so much. I'd love to live in the Mortal Kombat universe just because everyone's so cool. Everyone seems like really wholesome. Even Shang Tsung at one point kind of just seems nice. It's really cool, and this game's chock full of Easter eggs and throwbacks for previous fans, and it's really awesome. I really love this game. I cannot stress how much this game really changed my perspective of fighting games. It made me excited for the next fighting game to come out, whether it be Mortal Kombat 2 or Tekken 8 now, or even the next Street Fighter, and I've never played Street Fighter. And I hope that many games like this come out, because this game's level of quality is insane. There's no character that's overly overpowered, with, you know, the exception of like a few. I'm mainly talking about Raiden. I mean, there's no character that's bad. Almost everyone is viable in this game. The invasions mode. The invasion mode is so interesting. You start off in Johnny Cage's mansion, and you walk through it, and you're fighting these guys, and the invasions mode has potential for literally limitless content. NetherRealm Studios could potentially just update Invasions mode for the rest of whatever Mortal Kombat 1's lifespan is, and I'm pretty sure most of us would be happy. I understand a lot of people can't get into Invasions mode. It's just a series of battles over and over again on like a Monopoly board, but it's fun. It's fine. It's kind of the point of Mortal Kombat. You're fighting people. Who cares? You know what I mean? You know, it's so fun. There's no aspect of this game that isn't fun. The online multiplayer is full of people and full of interesting characters and just people who are passionate about the game, and it's so fun. There's like literally an incredible community around this game. That's another thing that I love about this game. The community is so funny and so unique and interesting. The whole Johnny Cage international love meme that has been exploding on TikTok pretty much, and it has actually caught a lot of new players into the game. I know I shit on Johnny Cage players quite a bit. If you've ever been online, if you follow me on anything else, but I really do like a lot of the Johnny Cage stuff that's coming out. There is no aspect of this game that I do not like. There's no scummy monetization thing. I mean, there is an online store in the game, but it's very minimal, and for like half of it, I guess, you can use in-game currency that you earn. The other half is like Microsoft points, I guess. So, you know, but it's not too intrusive, and a lot of it's just cosmetic anyway, so nothing crazy. The characters look great. They feel great to play. This is another thing. It feels a lot more intuitive. It feels better to play this game than it does any other fighting game I've really played. Maybe with the exception of Tekken 7. There's no kind of, oh, that's frustrating. This is a frustrating thing. It's consistently fun. And that's all I could ever want from a fighting game. But there is one thing in particular I want to talk about, and that is the DLC characters. Character Pack 1, I'm excited about. There are guest characters that I'm really excited for. Obviously, Omni-Man and Homelander are going to be great additions to the roster. People have been looking forward to these characters being in like a game for ages, and now they're here. So, and it's Mortal Kombat, so you're going to see them split people in half, and etc, etc. There has been a leak for Combat Pack 2, which bothers me because there's a character in there that I want to see, but at the same time, I do not want to see. The person who leaked Character Pack 2 is the same person that leaked Character Pack 1. So, and he got it like pretty much on the dot right, I believe, or semi-right. So there is some believability to it. But in Character Pack 2, it's been leaked that Noob Saibot would be in the game, which bothers the hell out of me. It really, I hate it, and I hate watching people online get excited for it. And it's not because I hate Noob Saibot or that I think he's a bad character. It just doesn't make sense for him to be here yet. In the main story mode, in the Mortal Kombat universe, Noob Saibot is created from a result of Bi-Han dying, going to the Nether Realm, and then I believe being reincarnated in like spirit form or whatever. And that's how, you know, Bi-Han comes back as Noob Saibot. But in the story, Bi-Han is never killed off. And it's very clear that he's still active with the Lin Kuei. And so it doesn't make sense that they'd want to introduce Noob Saibot as a character, because Bi-Han's still here. I hope that it is fake, because I really want him to be introduced in the next game, because that means that we can see Bi-Han, or even, I saw this online, Kuai Liang, Scorpion, be killed off and come back as Noob Saibot. I think that would be a lot more better, because it just ties into the story. You'll have a lot more story there and a lot more sustenance as to why Noob Saibot is there, instead of just him showing up as a DLC character. I just pray that it's not happening, because I want to see the kind of brother rivalry happen in story mode and not just like a pre-battle conversation that they have. Once again, not saying that I hate Noob Saibot. I think he's going to be a great addition to the roster. If they do Noob like they've done the rest of the cast, I think he's going to be probably the best rendition of Noob in the entire series. That's how excited I am for like new characters into the game. But please just hold them off one game, or like even DLC, like with what you did with Mortal Kombat 11. Add a story DLC, introduce Noob Saibot, have Beyond or Kuai Liang killed off, and then make them come back as Noob, and then introduce Noob. It makes so much more sense, and it's fun. It introduces a mainstay character into the series. It's just better that way. I don't know why they would go down this route of just making him a DLC character. It doesn't make sense. Once again, it is a leaker. It could be completely wrong. I'm just saying, I don't want to see him yet. You should play the game, dude. You really should. Pick it up if you haven't already. It's one of the best MK games to get into right now, because Universe Reset means a new storyline. I mean, you kind of need a little bit of a rough knowledge about the previous games in order to understand this one, just a smidge, but this is like the perfect time to jump into Mortal Kombat if you haven't already. The game's a lot easier, it's simpler. Look up some tutorials online, you're gonna have a lot of fun, I'm telling you. So please, if you haven't played a Mortal Kombat game, if you're new to fighting games in general, I highly recommend you pick up Mortal Kombat 1. It is beginner friendly, it's a lot of fun, there's really very few flaws with the game. If you're not big into fighting games, I highly recommend you pick up 1, and this should be it. Mortal Kombat 1 is, for me, the peak of this series. I don't think it'll get any higher than this. I'll be real. They might blow my socks off with the sequel, but this is it. This is where it peaks. Please pick up a copy, support NetherRealm Studios. They're a great bunch of people who want nothing but to make fun games for the people. And yeah, that'll be it. I'll see you in the next one, if they're in 1 year time.